Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Today is 31st of Jan 2025, around 15:51 p.m. So I thought I will start a series of videos just to explain the my Gann indicators in more detail and also to give you an idea about how I share the charts that I do. So today I'm going to pick up the Gann Square of 9 indicator and explain in detail. So I want to show you how I produce this chart. This is a 5-minute chart of Nifty index futures, February. And I want to show you how you can create this chart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete everything from my charts. I'm going to remove all the drawings. I'm even going to remove the indicators, right? Um, so this is a Frama channel index. You can ignore that. I'm going to turn it off. I don't need any other indicators. So I'll start from scratch. So what I do is I go to the invite only section. I add the Gann square of 9 levels. And when you add it, it looks like this by default. So I'm going to show you how you can change the look and feel. So I go to settings. First of all, I'm going to change everything to solid because that's the style that I kind of like the most. And and this is how it will look. I'm also going to turn on the zones. So it will plot the zones, and I'm going to turn on the levels. So it will show the levels, right? So that's sort of the basic visual settings. Now I want to show you how I can change this indicator to plot the levels starting from the most significant low or high. In this case, I'm going to pick the low because that's where, Nifty is reacting from in the most recent past. So if I hover my cursor here, I can see that the low is 22,931. So I'm going to go to the settings. And if you see this option override opening price, because by default, as you can see, it has taken the opening price of the day. If you take the start level, this is exactly the opening price. And it sort of treats that as the start level and draws 8 levels above and 8 levels uh, below it, right? So that comprises the full sort of cycle above and below. But however, we want to plot the levels, starting from the most significant low, which is 22,931. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to say override opening price and type in 22,931. And then what I'm going to do it, since I only need the levels above that line, so I'm going to say above only, and I'm going to increase it to 16, right? So that I can see more levels above, right? So when you do that, this is the chart that you get. As you can see, my starting level has been set to the price that I set, and every level is an increment of 45 degree. So reason 45 degree is there, it's also the default level. It kind of works well on the 5-minute chart, so I will sort of retain the defaults, right? No need to change that. Now I'm going to show you how you can create the boxes, right? That we can then use to create the Gann angles. So for that, what you need to do is you need to look at the opening, the low price. So if you look at the last 2 digits, it's 31. So 31 by 2 is around 15. So I think 15 is a good period. I'm going to sort of create a time cycle of 15 bars, right, from the low. So this is 15 bars. I'm going to create take the cyclic lines, sort of start from the low and then leave it at the 15 bars mark. And this sort of creates the grid. Then now I can delete this. So this sort of then forms the grid and the basis for my analysis. And as we can see, this time frame is working quite nicely, in fact, right? So we can see some good reactions around this time frame. Even the high was formed here, so I think I'm good with this, right? So now what we need for an angle, according to Gann's principle, see if I take this as the origin, right? The 45 degree means you walk, 1 unit of time across and 1 unit of price up, right? Like that. 1 unit of time across, 1 unit of time. So that means if I take a line with this at the origin and sort of, you know, take same unit of time and price. So that essentially comprises my Gann 45-degree angle as per WD Gann's concept, right? So I'm going to, I think this looks pretty well. This is a basic trend line I am plotting, and then I'm going to lock it. So if you look at the settings of this trend line, what I've done is I've obviously extended the right and I've turned on a few information. If you don't want it, you can, this also shows the angle and all that. Angle is not that important. Maybe we can turn it off. We can turn off this, uh, maybe, if you want to see, how many bars and all that, so maybe you can leave that around. So that's fine. So now that I know what is my 1 by 1 angle, I can take my Gann fan tool and I can position it at the origin, same place from where we drew the trend line, the 1 by 1 angle. I'm going to position it here. Yes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just leave that 1 by 1 aligned with the trend line that I just drew, right here. Right there. And then I can log the chart. So as you can see, my Gann fan is now plotted. So what I've done is I've changed everything to one color and I have, selected certain angles. You can decide what angles you want or not want. That's completely up to you. Um, so as you can see, it has reacted pretty well, right, to these Gann angles. And this is how, you can construct your own Gann squares. And the beauty of these squares is that this is a perfectly aligned chart because you have drawn the 45-degree angle as per the Gann's principle, and you have used the Gann fan to draw the other angles, right? As you can see, the 2 by 1 angle. Look at the reactions here and here and here. So it's working pretty well, and I think the structure is looking bullish as of now, right? And as you can see, if I start from here, the 0 degree, Nifty has moved, more than 360, which means we have completed one cycle right here and we are into the second cycle, which means that the structure of the market has now changed from bearish to bullish. That's all for today's session. I'll be bringing more such sessions for you in the future. Have a great day.